Hi everyone, this is Andrew coming at you through the power of Steam. It is, of course, Sunday, May 28th, 2017, and I have here, right on my computer screen, the Wall Street Journal. Did I say screen? I meant computer screen. I apologize for that, but this is out of the Wall Street Journal. Trump pushing big White House changes as Russia crisis grows. Meetings are set for next week as the president returns from his overseas trip. And let me go ahead and read you a little bit of this article and give you some of my opinions on what is happening here. Washington. President Donald Trump is actively discussing major changes in the White House, including having lawyers vet his tweets and shaking up his top staff as he grapples with the fallout from probes into his campaign's dealings with Russia, according to several senior administration officials and outside advisors. Other revisions on the table include adding a roster of outside lawyers to help deal with the legal ramifications of the Russia investigation. Officials and allies said. Everything is in play, one Trump advisor said. Meetings devoted to White House operations are scheduled for next week after the president returns from his overseas trip. Officials said the anticipated moves are the latest signs of how the probe into Russia's interference in last year's election and the circumstances of the president's firing of FBI Director James Comey is defining the new administration. Excuse me for one moment. Sounds like I'm kind of slurring my words a little bit. I apologize for that. I'm recording these podcasts out of an attic, and it does tend to be a little bit warm here. So my mouth tends to get a little dry while I'm doing these videos. So I do apologize. Please bear with me. And of course, thank you for putting up with me. Anyways, I'm not going to continue to beat this article like a dead horse and, going on and on and on about this. I think what's really happening here is there's been so many leaks that are coming out, so much information that's being leaked to the press and to other entities and sources of information that is meant to be confidential, of information that has the possibility of being very damaging to the agenda of Donald Trump. So this is why we're seeing a lot of talk of this major shakeup within the Trump administration, because, quite frankly, yes, Donald Trump has talked about many times before draining the swamp. Okay, great. However, he has plenty of swamp creatures within his administration, not following or in lockstep with his agenda, but rather the agenda of the previous administration, Obama, and also George Bush Jr., George Bush Sr., and the presidents down the line. This is the first time since at least John F. Kennedy that we've actually had a real populace leading our country. And this is sort of the reason why we're seeing these huge internal crises within the White House is because we have a populace. Is what it comes down to. Because if you had an Obama administration or a Bush administration or a globalist administration, for lack of a better term, we wouldn't be getting these kinds of news stories. The mainstream media wouldn't be attacking this administration. They'd be falling in love with this administration. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and just briefly mention the Syria bombing that occurred a couple months ago. Remember the bombing when we went out and bombed an empty airfield in Syria? And the mainstream media was in love with Trump at that point. Because before, they were attacking him. We got to go after him. He's colluding with the Russians. The Russians hacked the election. But as soon as they bombed that airfield, and it looked like we were going to war for a while, the mainstream media had an absolute orgy. It was like they're having some sort of sexual orgy with one another. They just couldn't get enough of this. Apparently there was a video of Brian Williams watching these bombs being fired off, and he goes, "Oh my God, these bombs, they look so beautiful." I mean, God, these guys are sick. They're absolutely sick. But the point that I'm trying to get at is this is why we're seeing so many of these different crises within this administration, is because we're seeing guys who want to continue the globalist agenda trying to push Trump out, and Trump is saying, no, 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 not so fast. So this is why Donald Trump is pretty much smarter than a lot of these guys, too. Donald Trump went out, he fired James Comey, and he did it in a completely unexpected way. He did it while James Comey was giving a speech to his other FBI comrades, his colleagues, and James Comey found out through a television set that he had just gotten fired. Okay? That was done on purpose, right? Because it was meant to garner a whole bunch of media attention. To send a message to the other underlings that you better fall in line with this agenda or you're gone. And in this latest story that's been coming out on the Sunday, just before a day before Memorial Day, it's suggesting that it's not going to be just James Comey that's going to be going. It's going to be almost everybody else. You see Sean Spicer here, the press secretary. He's looking a little nervous there. He's looking very, very nervous. You got other guys. Jared Kushner. Looks like Jared Kushner is going to go bye-bye. He's being investigated for the colluding with the Russians. And in the case of Jared Kushner, there might actually be something there. The guy he himself has so many skeletons within his closet, as well as the rest of his family in terms of running a real estate fraudulent scam system, the business model. Pretty much making a career of ripping people off in real estate. That is Jared Kushner's legacy there. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a comment. Please upvote, or just let me know how I'm doing, right? Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.